And for Masters at Lock and Load 2018, the last chance qualifier for Iron Gauntlet as well.
Yep.
I'm Will Schick.
I'm Will Hungerford.
And we're here to commentate your finals match for this Masters event before we kick off the rest of the day with the Iron Gauntlet.
Yep. The first 3 rounds of Iron Gauntlet are going to start basically immediately right after this finals ends, and we'll be streaming those first 3 rounds for the rest of the night. So make sure you stay tuned with us for the rest of the day. Watch more wonderful War Machine and Hordes.
We'll be kicking off the last 2 rounds of the Iron Gauntlet to crown the world champion for this year's season tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m.
Yep. And the world champion. The prize this year previously was sort of the resin model gauntlet that was holding the world globe. It was a nice trophy you could put up on your shelf. All your friends would ooh and ah. Now it's an actual Iron Gauntlet you wear.
It's true.
It has like the symbol on it. And you can like not only show it off, but also hurt people if you really wanted to.
It can be put on. So who are our players for this finals event?
What's that?
Who's our players?
Oh,
finals event. Come on now.
Sorry, I have. So
Snap
by the
up.
way, in case you're wondering, we have the judge mic in our ears right now, and as you were talking right then, the players got really loud, so just I had this confluence of noise. But we've got Jaden versus Jeff Everett.
Yeah.
These are 2 players we've seen in the top tables for quite some time. Jeff is no stranger to the
Well, we
streaming
just
table.
watched Jeff in the semifinals match against Brett.
Yeah.
Won on an amazing end, effectively a scenario victory, but also an end of round 7 victory.
Yeah.
Either one would have won it out with 20-some seconds left on his clock. It was a total grind and slog. Lots of things died. This match proves to be somewhat the same and then largely different.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty attrition-y fight, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to go to time, or at least very, very close to be honest with you.
So for Jeff, we have effectively the same list that he had last time.
Yeah, let's go over that list real fast.
With a couple of specialist changes to kind of tailor it for what he's going to face with Jaden. So you've got General Ostrom, 5 blasters this time, 2 Grunback gunners, Ragman, Gorma DeWolf, Lanissa Rissel, Lady Anna, and Master Holt, 2 full units of Horgenhold Forge Guard, a full unit of Idrian Skirmishers with the Idrian Skirmisher Chieftain and Huntmaster Guide. That's his name now. Guide.
The Huntmaster. No,
yeah.
I'm into it. And
he's playing the irregulars. So
he
has all the free points.
Jaden's list is very unique, and I'm kind of in love with this list.
I've loved this list since I saw it on his tray. It is all the huge bases.
Yeah, so let's go over it. Jaden is playing Creel Company for the Trollbloods. His caster is Grim 1. Grim's got a Trollkin Runebearer and a Sea King. That's the only war beast in the entire army. Then he has 2 War Wagons and a Hooch Hauler. So for those of you counting at home, that is 4 huge bases. He's got Braylon, a Feral Geist. He has a minimum unit of KSB, Krillstone Barris, along with the Stone Scribe Elder. He has a unit of Pig Lookouts, and he has a single Thumper crew. But this is huge bases list.
And this is the list that he has piloted all the way to this finals match for the most part.
Yeah, he's been just crushing fools
He
with
has
this.
played this list the majority of his games.
So if you're not familiar with Creel Company, because I know on a lot of streams we see a lot of like Band of Heroes, and even more recently we've seen a lot of people piloting the Northkin game. Creel Company is like all ranged attacks, right? It's war beasts with ranged weapons, units of solos with ranged weapons, weapon crew units. That's mainly your army composition. But the benefits it gives is obviously you get a free weapon crew, command attachment, or solo for every Trollblood unit, 20 points of Trollblood units or battle engines in the list. So with 3 battle engines, he's triggering the benefit multiple times. Then models in the army ignore other friendly warrior models when determining line of sight. And he gets a +1 to his starting roll for the game. And I think +1 to the starting roll to the game is one that is often overlooked, but incredibly, incredibly important.
Yeah, we talked a lot in the last game in the semifinals match how important first turn can be, and how often it is the significant advantage in determining scenario control and all that. And speaking of scenarios, let's talk about our scenario for this game.
Yep, running Standoff. So Standoff is one of the more spread out scenarios with a lot of scenario elements to interact with. You've got the 2 circular zones on the ends, 2 rectangular zones. Then you've got an objective belonging to each player. Standard steamroller rules. Controlling a zone is worth 1 point. Destroying an enemy objective is worth 1 point. Circular zones can only be scored by units and casters. Rectangular zones can only be scored by battle engines, jacks, and casters. So Jaden has all the models he ever needs to control the rectangular zones, by far.
Yes. All right, so it looks like our players have deployed. Advanced deployment is happening right now for the Idrians. And our game will be underway momentarily. There's the handshake, and we are ready to kick this off.
talking to Jaden before this match began, and Jaden said he's been playing the game for about 5 years, but he has been playing competitively for about 2 years straight, and he's definitely a newer name in the competitive scene for War Machine and Hordes. Jeff Everett being a little bit of one of the old dogs.
Yeah, we've seen Jeff a number of times on stream.
Yeah.
All right, so let's make some bold predictions. Start of the game, we know they're just going to run forward. So what is your bold prediction for this game?
I honestly am expecting a relatively grindy game. I think this will go very close to time, and I think unless somebody makes a very key mistake that gets them assassinated out of nowhere, I think we're going to see this back and forth trying to whittle each other down. As for who's going to win, man, it's really, really hard. I mean, Jaden can put out some serious firepower, but Jeff brought a lot of guys that he can protect very well with his caster.
I think one of the interesting things in this match specifically is, what are the blasters' effect? If you watched last game in our semifinals match, the blasters were the MVPs. They murdered the world.
Yep, that's what they do.
But now you're looking at a lot fewer targets. They're all huge bases, so you really only catch one. They're only POW 10. Granted, it's boosted. You don't care about the hit roll on the huge bases for the most part. So, under Creelstone Barrier, you're looking at
21s.
Not a lot of great damage potential from a 10, even when it's boosted.
Yeah, I mean, your armor 21 on all three of the battle engines under KSB, of course. So dice off 11 on average, you're not doing a ton.
Right. Same with the Sea King as well. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how this really strong Mercs list, in my opinion, goes up against this very unique kind of skew force that's all about the hugeness.
Yeah. Cheddar Caveman in Twitch. And by the way, if you're watching this later on YouTube, we are streaming live. You can catch our streams always at twitch.tv/privateerpress. So occasionally we will be interacting with Twitch chat during this. But Cheddar Caveman on Twitch says, love those objectives. Yeah, this is the custom new Crucible guard table that's made. And in fact, we have custom zones that will come out for the Iron Gauntlet finals that look amazing. So it looks like Fire for Effect is on one of the Horgenhold artillery.
Yep. There's only one in the list, so...
Oh, yeah, there's only one on the list, so I guess
it's
on
that one.
The one.
I mean, that's the place where you want Mortar for Effect. There's zero question on that.
Those orange little clear resins you just saw the Jeff move, that's a cloud template. So it is one of the, a dense fog terrain feature on the table, and the little clouds sort of indicate, that it is that and not a forest or a piece of rubble or anything else.
All right, so we see some quick measurements on Jeff's side for threat range.
Yep.
As he begins to move those Idrians. Again, I super love the Idrians. I think they're just such a great mercenary toolbox unit. They bring a lot to the game with the command attachment between Prey, Brutal Charge.
Everybody remembers them from the Mark II days,
Reposition.
right? They're still brutal.
Yes. I remember them from the Mark I days where they were legitimately broken. The interrupt order was something that never needed to exist. You wanted to take your turn? No. I'm going to take my turn again.
Did you ever have Mark I Idrians fight Bane Knights and also in Mark I?
No, thankfully there weren't a lot of Bane Knights when I played.
Nobody won.
No. Nobody did win that one. It was terrible. All right, so it looks like the Idrians are going to drop their mini feat. And
Jaden was just reminding Jeff, hey, it's models in command that get the benefit of the mini feat, and so Jeff was just double checking and being like, oh, hey, that was really cool of Jaden. He's being like, hey, don't mess this up. Just a reminder, you need to be in command to get this benefit, not when it goes off. He sort of just corrected him on the proper order of operations, and there's a ton of rules. Even the hardcore pros like Jeff Everett, every now and then you might forget a certain thing. So really cool of Jaden there to correct him.
We certainly saw some strong sportsmanship in the last game as well. It's a very common thing, like you say, on all of these tables. But yeah, go to ground has been called, so the Idrians are now immune to blast damage. They also gain cover.
Yep.
It's kind of a once per game dig in.
Super good.
When you're facing a whole bunch of war wagons,
immunity to blast when is just typically amazing.
It's very strong.
Man, that Gorton list that's going around the hall today, have you seen it?
No.
It's Gorton, double press gangers, 4 units of steelhead halberdiers, 2 max, 2 men, and Alexia.
Oh.
The guy who wins with it typically makes about 12 attacks. All he does is just run things at you and see if you have the volume of attack to beat it before it outscores you.
It seems about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to make more models than I started the game with.
Okay, so it looks like the Hearthgut Hooch Hauler moved up and is going to shoot an AoE.
Time to drop some bombs, boys.
Yep. There.
So just range 8, but POW 16 at 4-inch AoE.
Well, the Idrians are immune to blast damage. They are not, however, immune to the fire that the cask bomb causes.
It's true. That is unfortunate. Unfortunately, the deviation goes nowhere good. So we're going to reposition right behind the wall. The other thing I really love about Jaden is just his army looks fantastic. So
we hear through the mic, the table mic, Jaden says, "Okay, Grim, you have to not die this turn." Like, that's his main job.
To be fair, that's often the job of the Warcaster or Warlock.
Jaden just talking to Jeff right now about the threat ranges of his models, and they're just kind of getting like very clear information back and forth. I love watching very clean games where everyone is just being very communicative about what they can do, and it comes down to tactics and decisions, not gotchas.
And the questions from the Twitch chat from Jeff, 1985, 0817. Are you surprised that there's no Cricks in the top 4 at this event?
Am I surprised?
Yeah.
I think we have a very diverse field of factions, and if you look at some of the more recent events, everyone's doing pretty well across the board. So am I surprised that Crix is not in here? No, because at any given tournament, you could see really any mix of factions show up.
I will say, well, I'm not necessarily surprised that Crix isn't in the top 4. I've been really impressed with the diversity of lists that we've seen thus far in our Masters and top tables, and I'm expecting that to carry through to Iron Gauntlet. Like, we're seeing some really unique. I mean, right now we've got a list that
look at Jaden's list,
just
right?
focuses on huge bases to the exclusion of all else. So I think that there has been some interesting list diversity and just some really interesting builds to try to get over the meta right now. And that kind of innovation is really fun to see from kind of the top tier all the way down to the casual weekend warrior gamers who just want to try something neat and it works out.
Yep. So it looks like the Sea King just ran. Looks like that other War Wagon also just ran. And I think he's creating a wall for Grim just to walk up to, and there'd be absolutely no line of sight to him.
And I mean, the other thing you got to say about Jaden's army is not just how kind of crazy it is in terms of its construction, but also just the paint job. I mean, his models look gorgeous.
Yeah. Jaden is double-checking the range on the Fire for Affected Mortar to make sure he's not going to get gatted out of it. Have his goose splattered all across the back of the table. Oh, so Graham is moving. And Jaden's really thinking about where he's going to put him. He's like, nope, he changes. He's like, all right, Krillstone's going to go first.
All right, see quick measurement, make sure everybody's going to move within the aura.
Yup. Precise pinpoint measurements.
It's going to do strength, no continuous effects.
Yep. He only got 1 Fury off Awaken the Stones, though. So he had to use the one he got to pop it. So now Grim's obviously going to have to dump more Fury to load it up.
Grim's next. Oh, it goes a little bit to the side. So return fire's going to go on the Hearthgut Hooch Hauler. Then he's going to advance.
So he return fire to the Hooch Hauler, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jaden's being like really careful with his Grim placement because I think he's incredibly worried about getting just a murder fight out of nowhere.
One goes back on the stone. Return fire, it looks like, also went on the War Wagon closest to Grim. I don't know what was put on the other War Wagon.
I didn't catch it either. All right, we're looking at Jeff's turn. Top a round deuce.
Okay. See what Jeff decides to do here. So all the jacks will be running this turn.
Yeah.
Jeff simply asked Jaden if he was okay with that being the case, that he not put out the focus points. So you won't see focus going on the jacks, but you will see them moving 10 inches. Little feet token on the table. I'd be surprised if he feeded right now, though.
All right, Awesome's activating first.
Fire for effect goes away. All right, so everything's going to get feeded.
Yep, Awesome is feeded.
So +3 arm, +3 speed, and Pathfinder for everything in his army right now.
It's really good.
As long as it's a dwarf, I guess. So the Idrians are out of luck, but as are Lanissa Rissel, Gorman, a few others.
All the jacks are, as you see. Oh, and he casts Energizer.
Yep.
So everything's getting Energizered, and those gun bunnies, if they want to, can go literally forever.
Yes, they can. They're very speedy.
100% downtown. So we're going to see, I assume, a whole bunch of jamming happen here. You know, shove the bunnies down into the throat of all the battle engines, make them deal with those, come behind with the Forge Guard, and beat the hell out of everything. But maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe Jeff has a different plan. Maybe he just, I don't know, flips the table.
Oh,
Steals the camera and runs away. I don't think Jeff ever would do that. Seems like a decent dude, but like
I don't see that being his play
oh
here.
my god, can you imagine what Tony would do if a player just grabbed the camera and ran off with it and we just
Tony-
kept streaming?
Tony'd go after
And
him.
it's just like it's like that video right now on Facebook with the dog running away with the GoPro. We're just like following the player as they run away with the camera. Jay
don't-
Larson might do that one day.
Like, our cameras are, they're a little too cabled for that.
Tell you what, if I ever quit this job and end up on a live stream as a player, I'm gonna steal your cameras.
All right, then.
JK, I'll never quit.
We are informed properly. Yep, so there goes the first jamming model.
Told you.
Just getting to get within that sweet half an inch for the bash. That's never going to matter. All right,
These
see another one
bunnies
running.
is just running with Pathfinder.
They've got a job to do.
Forever.
It's to move as fast as possible.
Our table judge, Jack Coleman, just said, and I quote, "Damn, that bunny's got hops."
It's an accurate assessment there. And there goes another one. These poor Rulik light jacks just getting fed to the grinder.
Thing is, I don't know how many of them are actually going to get taken out. It's a really smart plan by Jeff here.
Yeah, like we were talking about in the last stream. I mean, arm 18 going to arm 23 under the feet. 18 damage boxes doesn't seem like a lot, but they can be pretty tough. And def 12 too, which is one of those things that's just surprising, I think, if you don't play against the Rulik lights a lot, because you kind of expect them to be def 10. They look kind of dumpy.
Can't trample across them.
Yeah, you can't trample across them. Crushing weight's not going to do a whole lot of good because once you contact and don't destroy, you're not going to keep moving.
Yep, and here we see the infantry coming up behind, feeling relatively safe. Sacrificial Idrians.
Oh, that's not how you treat Idrians.
That is
Come
how you
on
treat
now.
Idrians.
No, they deserve
are-
better than this.
They're just meat for the beast, dog.
They deserve so much better than this.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes.
What did they do to deserve it?
And then, of course, Jeff also trying to go up on CPs right away when scoring starts at the end of Jaden's turn.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they were just using a table marker to make sure a model could fit properly, just walking. The hardest part, especially with the gun buddies being jammed up like that, is obviously a change that happened in Mark 3 was that the gun buddies can't be pushed anymore.
Correct.
So Jaden's pretty effectively jammed here, but we'll see what he does.
Yep, they did gain sturdy. Going for days. So Jeff right now trying to use his blaster to prevent the feral guys from being able to run in to contest that center zone on his side.
So if you're Jaden, what do you do?
What do you do at this point? I mean, the Sea King...
And the bulldoze doesn't work because you can't push the bunnies.
Can't push the bunnies.
Can't trample over the bunnies. Can't push the bunnies.
Can't trample over the bunnies.
They're all arm 21.
I mean, the Sea King's got chain strike, so it's got 4 inches of reach. But you're kind of boxed in there, so you're going to kill maybe 2 of them for all of your fury. But you're going to be stuck.
And you're getting time walked for a full turn.
Yep. And I guess the real question is, and I don't think it's really possible because you're going to face down scoring, and I think that's the big critical part here. Do I use what is happening? Everything's madness.
Stop pressing buttons. You're breaking everything on our
I'm
end.
not trying to press buttons here. I'm just trying to there. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, Grimm's feat's really not going to help you once you're already boxed out in the scenario. Again, this is one of the strengths of going first. Returned fire isn't going to matter this turn since it doesn't look like Jeff's going to make any attacks. I don't know. I mean, the best you can do is try to get something in the zones to stop him scoring on your turn, let him score on his turn, and try to get a one-up on the attrition game by clearing out as much as possible. I just don't know if I don't know, because of the gun bunnies, how many there are and how durable they are under Ostram's feet, that he's going to be able to make a significant impact to try to come back from behind after this turn.
And that zone is being packed full of Forge Guard.
So many Forge Guard.
So if Jaden doesn't get anything in that zone, which right now does not look like he can, because it's completely blocked off at the edges with the infantry. I mean, you could kill a couple pieces, take a bunch of free strikes, have one of the battle engines run, and then get its toe in the zone just to stop, and then it gets charged by a million Forge Guards. So it's not a great decision, but, I mean, if you were just trying to contest for a turn.
Well, yeah, and losing one of those huge base models is very crippling for an army that really relies on 4 specific models.
So right now it's just a positioning game with Ostram's feet, the extra speed, the extra armor, and we basically see Jeff is going to try and beat him on CPs before he's able to counteract in any meaningful capacity.
Yep, just jam out a tough win here. So he's definitely going to go up 2 unless Jaden is able to pull off some shenanigans to get a couple models into the zones.
Yeah, and if he goes up 2, then he goes up 4.
Yep.
And then all he's got to do is wreck an objective. So there is a chance that this game is over.
Maybe.
We'll see, though.
I'm really curious. I would have never made it to this table myself. Jaden certainly did and has had a lot of success with this list. So I'm curious as if this is the kryptonite or if there's something else that we're not seeing here that this list can do.
Yep. And that's the thing, right? Jaden's going to show us what he's got and what he's got an answer to do to this pretty nasty list here.
Yeah. I mean, I think it really just all comes back to if you can stop the scoring at the bottom of your turn and only let Jeff score on his turn, and then you might be able to claw your way back up
and not eat a million weapon master
and
charges.
and that's the problem, right? You don't have a lot of sacrificial models here. You don't have to worry about the Forge Guard having the +3 strength from the feet, though, and that is something. I mean, the offensive potential of Ostram's feet which should terrify a list like this with Forge Guard doing what they do, is now gone.
Now,
small blessings.
There is one thing I think we all didn't remember. The pig lookouts. The pig lookouts are going to ambush onto the board.
That's true. We did forget about the pig lookouts, like you do.
I mean, it's one of the. So contesting that zone's definitely happening this turn.
Oh, sorry, yeah. You are correct. It's not a +3 strength. I'm thinking of a different feat.
Jaden is sort of talking through his turn out loud to himself and to Jeff, going through the planning motion. So
Ostrim's feat is +3 speed, +3 arm, and Pathfinder. Okay, so we see Jaden planning out his turn here. He's thinking about where to go. So he's got some sprays to work with here.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like his plan is going to be to try to use the ton of bricks rule on the mount of the battle engines to slam some of the light warjacks out and then use reposition to get back in the zone. So he's basically going to try and contest this turn and gain a few inches, but at least stop the CP scoring. And then he's going to have to deal with the mass amount of Forge Guard heading his way. Man, look at that. So right now, Jaden's in the tank just getting information. So while he's doing that, look at his Sea King. The thing looks dope.
It is gorgeous.
Even painted the little barnacles. It's like, oh, it looks so good.
It's missing a boat, though. He doesn't have his fancy hat. He left it behind.
If it wasn't illegal and it wouldn't get me fired, I would steal it from him. But it's both of those things, so.
That's true. Okay, so pig lookout's moving up.
Okay, so we see the lookouts move up first. They're in the zone, so at least the CP bleeding is going to stop out of that zone for now.
All right. So, shot at the Attrition.
Pick looks out. It's coming out of nowhere and just gatting fools in the back.
Kills another Attrition. Gets another one.
Yep. You see that first pig that walked up in the zone actually turned around so that he wasn't engaging the one next to him so the guy wouldn't get the def bonus for being a melee.
So,
hey, it looks like the pig lookout shot 3 Adrians, then they shot one of the Forge Guard, but he's in feet, so he was armor 21.
Too powerful.
Cheddar Caveman says, ambush, I think, saved this game, and I would agree that the ambushing pig lookouts are hugely important to Jaden's ability to be able to have some counterplay against what Jeff threw at him. Ambush, kids.
Still going to wind up going down by 1, but it's not as crippling as 2.
It's a damn fine ability.
Also, one thing that's kind of terrifying is nobody's driving that hooch hauler. That driver's seat's empty.
Well, the driver got drunk and fell off. It's just moving on its own momentum at this point.
I think it's that one little whelp that's coming out of the barrel. It's driving.
No, man. No one's driving it. Just those bears are running. Look at that. Did he do war paint on the bears?
Yeah.
Man, what the hell, Jaden? Why are you so talented? I can't accept that. It just looks too good.
All right. Jaden considering his next move here after bringing on the pig lookouts. Comes a proxy base. Going to check to see if he can.
They're checking what's under the spray coming out of the hooch hauler.
No, he's going to target the hooch hauler. I believe is blind from Gorman. So he's checking for the other war wagon, the back war wagon, if it moves up base to base.
Okay, it's hard to see.
And he sprays through the hooch hauler by targeting it.
Is the hooch hauler blind from Gorman? Did that actually go off like that?
I believe that it did.
I didn't catch that, if that's what happened.
I'm fairly certain that's what happened.
I believe you.
But I guess I don't see any tokens now, so maybe he somehow missed?
We'll find out. They'll talk about it.
Looks like the Sea King's swinging now. All right, well, clearly doesn't seem like the hooch hauler was blind since it made him. No, it might be. I don't know. I can't. I think that purple token is the blind token.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So, forfeited his movement, took a swing, missed, used reposition to walk away.
Okay.
I don't know that Jeff ever declared his prey. Did you hear it?
No, never heard him say in the beginning. But we're...
So we see that war wagon with the brown base.
Looks like we got our answer that prey was on the red war wagon, but the Adrian granting prey was murdered.
Yeah, he was the one who shot, right? Right. So this is from the big cannon on the war wagon that just did a charge trample.
Yep.
Or not a trample, excuse me, a charge, and then did impact attacks on its. So spray attack number one.
Mm-hmm.
So not a whole lot of damage coming out from this.
Nope. When the war wagon's activated, made a bunch of noise, but didn't get a lot done.
So reposition now. Getting a little bit out of the way. So Matt 2 because of blind on the other
it was
war wagon.
blinded.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like the other war wagon takes a swing.
Did hit.
Yeah.
That's
Got the roll.
That's impressive. Needing a 10.
Yep.
So no damage taken.
Yeah, fails to actually do damage, but he does get the battle engine
Repositions
in
into
the
the zone.
So Jaden was just saying, what's the threat range of the Forge Guard if they're speed 1? Obviously, Grim is going to be popping feet this turn. And then keeping the Battle Engine in the zone, but so that he's out of range of all but one Forge Guard. So basically, after Osram popped his plus speed feat, Grim's about to walk up and pop his minus speed feat and try and regain some momentum here.
So only one gunner is going to be in control. So there's a whole lot of Rulik Warjacks that aren't going to have any focus next turn.
Correct.
So Jeff has plenty of things that can handle the Feralgeist. As long as Ayana and Holt are alive, they can give magical weapons to any model or unit they choose. Lanissa Rissel obviously has magic attacks. So there's a few options for dealing with it.
Looks like the Sea King is activating and is just beating the hell out of bunnies.
I mean, that's kind of what we expected, right? He's very angry, and he's got an anchor, and he's going to use it.
Okay, so first bunny down to the Sea King. Here we see Jaden just buying attacks with the anchor, going after the bunnies within the Sea King's reach, which should be probably not just the one he killed, but the other two. Another bunny down.
All right. Get some work done with that anchor.
Dude, this is about to get nasty. Like, we were talking about maybe, what I said earlier, like, what can Jaden do here? And Jaden has shown us exactly what he can do here.
Yeah, clever use of the repositions to get things unjammed and out of the way, not worrying about the POW 6 bash attacks.
Now, he is still giving a CP up, though.
Yep, he will be down 1.
He'll be down 1.
But, like we said, it's much better than 2.
Okay. So it looks like the KSB moved up, gave armor and immunity continuous effects.
Mm-hmm.
Also got back a focus or fury after doing so.
Grim's going to move out of the kill box.
Step
Smart
1.
move.
Step 1, don't be in kill box. Step 2, be bold. They're checking who gets caught in feet. Now remember, Grim gets extra 2 inches because he has the upgraded Trollkin Rune Bearer.
Mm-hmm.
Who now has Arcane Repeater since their last major CID.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know Grim 1's feet off the top of your head, it's while in his control range, enemy models suffer -3 defense. And then enemy models beginning their activation in his control range suffer -3 speed and cannot charge or make power attacks or special attacks. It's called Spread the Net.
It makes Forge Guard real sad.
Makes Forge Guard super sad.
Move 1 inch and swing with their 2-inch hammers. So, 3 inches, period. So Braylon now, capping fools. So quick check on line of sight. Looks like it's good. So quick check on measurement. And then run and gun. She's just going to get out of dodge a little bit.
Yep, Braylon just walk up, pop a couple shots. All right, time for the special mini crate Spirit of Christmas Feralgeist is going to Christmas past Feralgeist specifically.
I'm curious.
Where he going to go?
I was going to say, I know he can't get to the zone that Jeff's going to score this turn. So.
All right, looks like the Thumper crew is just getting up there.
Sort of.
So Jeff scores a point in his zone. CP score should be Jeff 1, Jaden 0.
And both feats are current. Well, Jeff's feat is now over.
Jaden's feat is up.
Jaden's feat is currently active.
So let's see. Jeff can get. I mean, under Grimm's feet, the chance of him getting that other war wagon out of that zone is pretty low.
I don't think that's probably going to happen at this point.
He could score his own rectangular zone with very minimal effort, so you're looking at probably a score of 2-0 by the end of this round, but we'll see. Twitch chat says, that Sea King model looks awesome, followed by, it sure does. Agreed with both of you.
Truth.
It does look awesome. G-Monkey said, did he remove the boat? He sure did. Took the boat off, did a custom base with the water. Actually, he might be standing.
He rebuilt the back.
Is he standing on the boat now?
I don't think so. I thought that it was a rock base, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he's on a rock base. But the waves that he did on it are legit. I love that base.
That base is succulent. My God, just look at it. It's majestic, like a lion at sunset. You just look at, like, you're a better person for having seen that base, as is everyone on Twitch chat right now.
Chat's asking if the rune bear is within 5 inches of Grim. I don't think it is, but I also don't know if he's measuring his control area based on the 2 inches. So we'll see once he measures his control area for speed. But it's possible he had plenty of what he wanted just with the normal Grim Angus's 12-inch control range.
And looks like Schick is actually going to go. Thanks, Twitch chat, for pointing that out. Schick's going to go to the table, check with the table judge, and see what's going on. All right, so Schick went and talked to the table judge. They confirmed it's not within 5 inches. The control area was 12, not 14, and now looks like Jeff's got more guys that are not caught in feet. Congratulations, Twitch chat. You did it. You affected the outcome of this game. That's all on you. Congratulations. Twitch chat is judge.
Oh, jury and executioner in this case.
Honestly, I'm not sure if it changes that much, but we'll see.
I mean, he... Arm 21, 4 dice. He said he had 6 that could charge now? I guess the real question is, are they all going to have lines because they can't use Tactician through Idrians?
And the other ones can only run 2 inches.
Correct. Well, those ones might not be a big deal, but...
Well, I'm saying to get out of the way because all the front ones are caught.
Well,
so.
as long as they're Rulik, though, they can go through each other if they're in Ostrom's controller or leadership.
Yeah, I know. What that means, Ostrom has to get over there.
Yes. It would take a larger commitment for sure, regardless.
Jeff is currently in the tank about his order of operations.
Mm-hmm. It's tough when you got a plan for -3 speed here. I don't know what that token was. Just taking some shots at the Thumper crew, it looks like.
Yep.
So magic weapons were put on the Idrians, I'm guessing.
Yeah. You'll excuse us if we miss a couple things, everybody watching chat. We have those table mics, but there's a large con going on right now. Our table judge is very much focused in on watching the game, make sure it's clean, so that they're not talking very much right now. So if we miss anything, we're trying to hear what they say, but there will be a couple bits, every now and then where the players just kind of say what they're doing really quick. So our apologies for not getting everything.
So 3 inches of sweet, sweet Adrian movement so that they can go shoot themselves a Feralgeist with their magically blessed guns.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, he wants to get rid of that thing as soon as he possibly can.
Pew, pew. Magic bullets. I think some big lookouts are about to get shot with magic bullets, too.
I mean, you got to clear them out of the zone. You need to score it.
So 3-man CRA into the Feralgeist.
Yep, off the leader of the Attrians. Hits him and sends him directly back to hell where he belongs.
So hits through the cloud. And that will be a dead pig lookout. So misses on 1 shot. I don't know how many shots he has left.
Cheddar Caveman on Twitch says regarding the Twitch chat catching the rule, it turns out that hundreds of people can catch a rule when 2 people can't. It turns out you're right. Like that's not a knock against the players that they made a mistake and missed it. I mean, Jeff missed it as well. This War Machine is a very deep tactical game with a lot of clear rules, but there are a lot of rules and a lot of interactions, and it's very easy to miss 1 or 2 that can have an impact. So, of course, when hundreds of people are watching, it's a lot more likely for someone to catch things.
Truth.
I've judged tables where I was the judge, and we were games between like top level players where we all just flat out missed something. It happens.
All right. It's like trying to determine where Jeff's trying to determine where he wants to move those Rulik Jacks.
Jeff asking Jaden for a clarification of what happens if you get the press forward order and you cannot charge, and just making sure that he's only going to be able to advance with them.
All right.
Man, if you were the common Rulik soldier and you're looking at what's out across the table, are you okay with your life?
I don't think the dwarves care. I'm pretty sure the Rulik folk are just like, yeah, whatever.
What? We've taken down bigger stock than this.
Exactly. I mean, when you're half the size of everything else in the world for your entire life, at some point, big is just big.
Holt, on the other hand, is utterly terrified.
That man...
He just wants to leave so bad.
He still doesn't understand how he got signed up for this crap. He just gets dragged along to all these random places.
Should have Caveman asked, who do I root for if there's no Gator players? I'm still rooting for Gators.
There is a Gator player at the other table.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brett's playing Gators
Brett
right now.
is playing Gators right now.
Somewhere in the world, at any given point, any game I'm doing commentary on or anything I'm ever watching, somewhere on the planet, someone is playing Gators. And I'm rooting for them.
I gotta be honest, Shadow Sword, the dwarves can't handle the Trolls beer. No one can. So, checking on his Forge Guard lineup.
Yep. That's going to be an interesting charge when it inevitably happens.
He's got 6 that can charge. The question is, can he get all 6 with charge lanes to charge? So see charges happening. Right through the cloud.
Yep. Remember that piece of terrain down in the zone is a cloud, not a forest.
And this is just the green unit.
Mm-hmm. Going to clear them out. Some pig lookouts. Going to hit them in the face with the hammers real, real hard. Send them right back to hell along with that Feralgeist. So it looks like a tough roll on the. Oh no. Yeah, tough rolls don't matter because he's doing pairs of the Forge Guard. So the first guy makes the tough, the second one just kills him since he's knocked down, doesn't get the tough roll.
Yep. Teamwork, boys. Teamwork.
That's teamwork. I almost sang the whole lyric. I'd have shicked it. I'd have put a good old shick on the live stream.
You make one mistake.
Yeah.
One mistake in 5 years of streaming.
Is this a sniped Gorman what's he throwing?
This is a sniped Gorman throwing bombs like John Elway.
So look like he threw a rust bomb?
Yeah, drop the armor,
but
bring it back down to 19.
I don't think it landed.
Did it miss?
Yeah, he rolled. He went to the 4 2 inches and said it wouldn't flip. Didn't get there.
Woo! It's bumpy.
It happened very fast, and I missed it. All right, so here we see that Forge Guard unit, the ones that can charging in, going to try and clear this battle
Arm
engine out.
21.
If he does it, though, if he manages to spike the dice and do it, it's a huge pendulum swing.
Jump him up by 3. It would be completely significant.
Mooseza HS on Twitch says, when he started recording games, he realized there's never been a game where everything was 100% correct. It is what it is. You're right. I mean, you may get a rare game where everything is 100% correct, but even then,
I don't honestly think there's ever been a game where everything is 100% correct.
No.
Like, that's not a game.
I mean, I'll tell you what, human measurement.
Right. Oh,
no
dice.
game has ever been 100% correct.
So chipping away at it.
We see the attack and damage rolls coming from Jeff on the War Wagon. I think this should be the last one. We'll see.
Half dead.
All right. It has 14 left on the War Wagon.
14 left. Woo! So, I mean, if you'd hit with the Rust Bomb, they gave you a 2-point swing, you had 6 guys, still be alive.
Just way more beat up.
A little bit more of a spike on one of those rolls. Can now the cannon hasn't shot yet, right? The artillery crew?
No, not yet.
Fire for effect, 4 dice. Can you do 14 on it? Probably not. Not at 7 off. Again, missing that Rust Bomb was significant.
Ooh.
So Ostrom going.
What you
fire
doing,
for
Ostrom?
effect.
You're just backing up a little bit.
Playing it safe.
Checking the kill box, because that's important. Don't give up 2 free CPs when your plan is to win on scenario.
That would be anti what you're trying to do for sure.
Anti-succulent. Succulent can't? No, I don't know.
A couple people in chat asking about the dice trays. Those are available from our partners at Wormwood. You can find them online. And they do a whole bunch of different logos and treatments. They'll do all kinds of different wood. They do some amazing stuff.
Sacrificial Lanissa.
Oh,
Get
poor
in
Lanissa.
the zone.
This is what happens when you try to pair up with dwarves, Elf. You get murdered.
Hold it back, girl. Hold it back.
I don't really think she's going to do much of anything here.
If he misses every single attack,
She
holds the line, man.
I'm pretty sure if she just dies horribly, she still held the line.
Do you remember that time Lanissa did all that really cool stuff? You're about to watch it happen.
Oh,
yeah.
I was going to say, no, I don't remember
We're creating that story right now.
This is history being made.
Okay.
All right, so Creelstone.
No. Yeah, a little bunny went around the corner.
Scribe guy gets shot in the face. All right. So scores 1 because Jeff was unable to remove the War Wagon.
Yep. So Jeff is at 2 CPs to Jaden's
0.
Because Jeff does have something contesting the top zone, yes?
Maybe.
Or does Jaden not have a full unit in?
Jaden does not have the full unit in for sure because the Thumper crew is way in the back.
Okay,
it's not in the zone.
So Jaden doesn't have the full. Okay, got it.
Correct.
Cheddar Caveman says he needs to save all his wrestling puns for the stream of Extreme Colossal Wrestling. I'm sorry to inform you, sir, but there will be no Extreme Colossal Wrestling streams at Lock and Load this year.
Not this year.
Because you didn't come, and if you had, I'd have challenged you.
I mean, I do kind of expect that War Wagon is going to go ham on all of those Forge Guard with its crushing hooves, momentous weight. What's that?
You're just naming rules.
Crushing
now.
weight.
Momentous weight, crushing hooves.
I mean, it's all kind of close. Just smash it together. You'll get there eventually. So a little bit of discussion about where Ragman's location is.
Okay, so basically Jeff is saying he put Ragman on the zone. Jaden's saying he never did. They're asking the judge, was the model bumped? So now the players are discussing it, and the judge will resolve where the model actually was and if it got bumped. So we'll see what our table judge resolves.
So we'll see how our judge wants to resolve this.
Now, in the meantime, as this being resolved, somebody talked about their local meta and how they intend to, they're looking to get more people in. One of my biggest pieces of advice for everybody out there who's looking to grow their local meta is make sure you don't start everybody with 75-point steamrollers at the very beginning. We see a lot of people get in the game, and some communities are like, oh, yeah, we only play 75-point steamrollers, or we only play CID. And as a new player, that can be really intimidating. Make sure you're welcoming to your new players and that, they don't have to stay at the battle box forever. Maybe they just want to try 25-point games for a little while. Maybe they play 50-point games for a while. Maybe whatever it is. Run an escalation league. Maybe don't even run an escalation league. Just tell them to start at 50 and play that for a few months and then slowly work them up. But that's a pitfall I see a lot of communities run into is trying to make new players emulate what you're watching right now. This is the highest level of competition. As somebody getting into a hobby, you need to let them know, take it at your own pace and have fun with it. So as they're resolving this dispute, just letting you all know a bit of advice from me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty important that that you do take in consideration the fact that the game is pretty much impossible for a new player to just jump in right at 75 points, and you want to kind of build in. So here we go. They're getting a little quorum of judges up as the game continues here. Continuing forward, so we're going to spray on Lanissa, try to get her out of the way of the Sea King with the War Wagon. It's successful. Lanissa is no longer holding the line, so Hungerford's discussion that we'll see where the Sea King's going to go now. He can move through his own objective, remember. So he's got some room. Now that our judge group is together, we're back on the discussion point. Teaching lists are important. I also really encourage people when they're trying to teach any new game to always offer advice, but to never drive the player's decisions. So it's always good to kind of lay out a couple of different options, be like, well, you could do this. I would think about doing this. And then when they give you their idea, never say, well, that's a terrible idea. You shouldn't do it. let them play it. You can explain where the pitfalls might be, where the pros might be in their choice, and let them roll it out because there's always going to be a learning curve. I think the big thing is just to kind of build on that learning experience. So a bit more discussion going on here as our game goes on pause. Well, our head judge, Travis Marg, Dark Legacy on the forums, confers with our table judge, Jack Holman. There's our Mr. Hungerford himself joining in on the discussion. You see them conferring with each other. So let's see where they come out on this based on the flow chart of issue resolution. There is, Tony. You may laugh at me, but there's a judge chart of resolution, man. There's a way that they go about this. So basically, the concern for those in the Twitch chat or those watching who are wondering why our judges are having this spirited debate, Ragman Jeff has stated that Ragman was in the zone on the north side of the table, that he had stated that had happened, and then throughout normal table bumpage and entropy and things that happen during play, Ragman was moved a millimeter off.
So I had a quick conference with Travis, and one of the things we're doing is we're measuring to see if the zone is in the correct place. If the zone is not in the correct place, we are going to adjust it to be in the correct place.
So the model is in the zone. The zone itself has been shifted.
So yep, the model is in the zone. The zone has been shifted to be in the correct place, and look at that. Problem solved. It's like I know easy resolutions or something, man. It's like,
So the clock is going to get restarted, and our game is back underway.
Easy game. Easy game.
So some blast damage from I believe the hooch hauler at this point.
Now I have to get back caught up on what I missed while we were talking it out.
You didn't miss too much. I believe the hooch hauler right now is activating, trying to do as much damage as it can. Lanissa did absolutely nothing. She got sprayed in the face.
Okay.
By a war wagon and died miserably. So we see the reposition from the war wagon now. Back. Looks like we're going to try to find placement for the Sea King. Going to try to take out that objective, it looks like.
Yeah, he's just going to table marker to figure out if the Sea King can even get over there, but he's got to kill a couple guys to get him out of the way first. So Saber asked, why not check the cameras? And it's because when we were talking about it, I told Travis, have we measured the zone? Because it's a much easier way to check. If the zones had gotten bumped, it's fine. Checking the cameras requires us to pause our local recordings, to change a bunch of things. We don't have an easy rewind button with us live streaming right now. And if there's a more kind of, what's what I want to look for, more practical way of checking in the sense of just, is the zone in the right place of the measurements of the scenario, then we can just do that instead of doing video replay. Going to video replay for every sort of measurement issue on a live stream is really a tricky road, and we want to be very careful about that sort of precedent being set.
Yeah, I think the large goal for the streams is not so much to make sure that every game, again, is 100% clean, which it cannot be, just by definition.
Yeah, it just won't be.
The goal of the streams is to bring the hobby and the sport, if you will, to the people who want to watch it, to embellish, to strengthen community. It's not a fact checker. It's not meant to be a way to resolve disputes or issues. And as Hungerford says, once you start using that, it becomes a really slippery slope. I mean, you can see it in professional sports. Once they started checking the tape, did the sport get better? Did it get worse? They had to put in rules to regulate how many times you could check the tape.
Yeah.
And it's just not, it's not the goal of the stream. The goal of the stream is to be entertaining and to be fun for people to watch, for us to enjoy, and to talk about tactics and see players play a game. And that game will, by its very nature, be as clean as it possibly can, but it won't be perfect.
Yep.
And I think that's just something that, we have to accept, and we have to believe that these guys are doing the best they can to play the cleanest game they can.
Yep.
And that's why we have judges and we have a rules dispute. I was joking as Tony was laughing about the flowchart, but there actually is a document that Hungerford developed, and I made many mean comments on about how rules disputes needed to be handled by a judge and what the next levels were. And that document has fared really well so far, and it just resolved this one as well. So,
yep, easy game. Easy game.
Far from easy, actually, but
I mean, it's not a big deal. But yeah, one of the things that came out during Twitch chat while we were saying all that, somebody asked, "Hey, when's the new Steamroller and ADR coming out?" Really hoping for this Monday after lock and load, but letting everybody know there is a chance it'll be later in the week. We'll say stuff on social media. There is a chance, that there's a slight delay getting it out because all of us are here at lock and load tearing down. So we'll get it out to you as soon as we can.
And for those who noticed that the feat was still active on Jaden's side, I think that just happened due to the clock pausing and the excitement with the judges. So it has been updated to be accurate and turned off. So there goes the war wagon. I think this is the Hooch Hauler, actually, just burning the world down.
Yeah. So what we're seeing right now, and sorry, during our sort of waxing philosophical about the use of video replays and the judge document and playing War Machine, Jaden has been activating his battle engines and clearing the Forge Guard out with the intent that the Sea King is going to end up running and being able to put himself in the opposing zone and stop the CP bleeding.
Mm-hmm. So repositions back just a little bit with the Hooch Hauler after basically burning down everything it can touch. A quick check on line of sight here. Okay, so we see a charge happening. Impact attacks will happen due to the contact. Again, crushing weight allows the War Wagons to make impact attacks without moving 3 inches. And they get to make impact attacks every time they touch somebody for the first time.
It's real good.
So good. See an attack against the Gun Bunny.
Players just confirming what was knocked down and what was on fire, though there are not tokens on all of the models that are knocked down and on fire right now. So I'm happy they remember.
So charge attack redirect. Checking to make sure he's in, not in, so the War Wagon's melee attack is done. Get another quick judge call here.
Looks like they have paused the clock and they are calling for Travis. All right, they're getting clarification on he killed his charge target with one of the impact attacks. What happens now?
Yep. All right. So
we hear Jaden saying, "I really have to kill Gorman."
You do not want Gorman running around blinding the world. Unfortunately, Gorman seems to have stealth, so. All right. Connects.
AoE 5 from the War Wagon hitting with a Forge Guard right there.
Yep. So the Forge Guard is definitely splattered. Gorman is dead. Did Gorman get splattered by the blast damage? I think he did. The snipe token is still out though.
Yeah. No,
I can't.
No, Gorman's still there.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see his fanciful cape because it's the PG Gorman.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't really tell what that model was. So some more Forge Guard going down to the gun attacks of the War Wagon, and then it'll reposition. All right.
All right, that battle engine getting a little deeper in the zone.
A little bit.
Man, Jaden's been making a pretty amazing recovery here.
He's doing solid. I mean, he's still down on the points, but I think that's about to turn around here.
I mean, this is only bottom of 3.
Bottom of 3, yep.
There's about to be a Sea King up where Ostrom's life is.
Yes.
So that's real life. Don't Stop on Twitch chat says, can't Grim just shoot Gorman's face off? If he wants to get that close. And I don't know that Grim wants to get that close.
Oh, Pig Lookout being a hero.
Charging, it looks like, into the zone.
Mm-hmm. Did it, and that'll be a dead Forge Guard.
Those Forge Guard got weeded out fast.
There's still a few of them left.
There are still, correct, a few of them left. They started with way more.
That was 2 units worth of Forge Guard that now seem to be down to 3 models in each unit. It looks like maybe 4.
All right, so now they're measuring the run on the Sea King. Obviously, he can run through his own objective, so don't have to worry about anything there. They're being very, very, very safe with the measurements.
Looks like he's going to make it, but Sea King is just going to be like, this is my zone now.
Yep, they both agree. The Sea King has a toe in the zone. And now Jeff's CP farm has just been shut down by a Sea King.
One of the bonuses of having a Sea King in your zone, from Jaden's perspective, is that Ostrom can't just bulldoze him right out like we saw in the last game, where that Unstoppable Force spell was used to great effect by Jeff.
Now, I think somebody's talking about, why doesn't Grim just go walk up and shoot Gorman? I bet you one Jimmy John's Club Lulu sandwich with extra Dijon that Grim walks up and shoots Ayana, so she can't.
Can you eat the Club Lulu now? I mean, that's got a lot of bacon on it.
Yeah, I can have it occasionally. And it looks like Grim is, in fact, walking up and going to shoot Ayana so that the damage buff cannot go on the Sea King if he has the range.
Looks.
So whoever's
I think
there,
Grim is actually going to put a cap in Ayana.
That's what I said, Ayana.
Yeah.
So everyone in Twitch chat, you owe me a Club Lulu from Jimmy John's. No tomatoes, easy lettuce, add onions and hot peppers, extra Dijon and cut in half, please.
Cut in half?
Always.
Just be a man and eat the whole thing by itself.
It's enormous.
I mean, I'm with you on the hot peppers. There's zero reason not to get hot peppers on your sandwich.
I should note that Jimmy John's is not a sponsor of this stream in any way. I just really like their sandwiches. So I missed what just happened there.
There's some advance dice roll was made, but Jack wanted to check the results of it. I think at this point the clock is getting passed because that's the end.
But why was the dice being like? What contesting was there? What dispute was there?
Whether the attack hit or not, it did not hit.
Okay. Was there another?
I think it just got picked up too fast.
Oh, and so Jeff didn't see it.
Yep.
So
right.
I believe at the end of that round there was no new score. It should still be 2-0.
Yep. Nobody
And
scored.
we should be looking at top of 4 right now.
Yep. So looks like we're going to go after the Sea King here. All right.
A couple Forge Guard are going to try and get some charges off here.
I mean, I don't think they're going to try. I'm pretty sure they're going to succeed, but the real question is, what realistically can they do to a giant Sea King? You still have a half-dead War Wagon as well.
Now, see, Ayana in melee would have been what, a 18? Because she's 14 or 15 base. I actually do not remember her defense off the top of my head. If it's 14 or 15,
I mean, I can tell you,
she would be in melee because she was in with the Sea King.
Aeon is a 14. She'd have been an 18 effective.
She'd been an 18. So that means the 11 from Grim.
Yep.
Somebody in Twitch chat is saying that he rolled an 11, but we don't have that confirmed. We can't. Again, we just talked about we're not going back to do video replays. Now Grim's at 7. So, but always when you roll dice, make sure you confirm with your opponent that you have hit and confirm the die roll before you pick the dice up.
All right, more consideration here on how he's going to deal with how Jeff is going to handle the Sea King. Maybe Ostrom's going to get involved. Sounds like a Hail Mary if ever there was one. So we've got a gunner. Gonna unload. Oh, sorry, a blaster. So Braylon's been hit. One of the Thumper crewmen has been hit.
Okay.
Braylon's alive with 1 damage left. Thumper crew is dead.
All right. This was a spray coming off one of the bunnies.
Yep, one of the gunners.
Okay. So 2 of the Thumper crew are dead.
Gunner number 5, as it were, based on the base.
And Braylon took a little bit of damage from that.
She took 4, so I mean, more than a little. She's alive with 1. All right, Jeff, considering where he wants to go next here.
20-ish minutes left.
Doing a
for
bit
both
better
players.
on his clock than he did in the game against Brett. Both players about equal on time here. Jeff actually doing a little bit better since he took the first turn and is still up on time. And for those wondering, this is the last game of Masters at Lock and Load. However, we will be doing more Iron Gauntlet games immediately following the end of this one. And those will go for 3 rounds today, 2 rounds tomorrow.
Yeah, should be. We had 40 some odd people with enough points to be qualified for the IG. believe it was 46 plus the last chance qualifiers here at the show. We'll see what that number takes it up to. Then you consider how many people can make it. We expect some attrition of people that just can't make it out to the show. Mm-hmm. So the final number I'm expecting in the finals of Iron Gauntlet, the World Championship, to be about 24 to 32 players out of the 46 qualified, which is pretty much spot on with what we projected. Mm-hmm.
Look at that table. It's
more
gorgeous.
than the 16 we used to get previously in the old regional system.
Right.
Bro Squared seemed a bit amazed that we were talking about this being the last game we were streaming. We are watching everything you say, Bro Squared, in Twitch chat. I'm actually talking to you right now live about it. I want to let you know that you are, in fact, my bro. Squared. Welcome.
Jeff going into the tank.
Oh, yeah, it's tank time. So let's talk about nonsense.
I mean, you could start drawing. Draw out the turn here. You finally have the controls.
Do I?
Yeah, it's right by you.
Oh.
You've had the ability to draw this entire game.
Have I? Tony,
Yeah.
show me. Do I just click on this?
Yeah, and then you draw. So you do some telestration.
All right. So looking from top. Looking from top down. Here's the key models. We've got Ayana here. He needs to clear out the Sea King, right? So he can get the harm in. Then in terms of models that can do any damage, you've got a Forge Guard here. Forge Guard here. That large base model is the
That's the Horgan hold.
That's the
artillery guy.
So the artillery, which is right here, everybody, that just kind of needs to get out of the way because we've got another Forge Guard here that can charge. Another one that can charge here. These are actually looking the wrong way. Their line of sight right
Apparently
there
he decided your
is there and there. So point being, this is going to be the entire focus of this turn right now, is clearing him out so that this zone can keep scoring points. And then if he can keep CP farming right here, he's going to be in a really good spot. Oh, how do I clear things out? Right-click that.
Yeah, I think the one problem with your drawing plan, not only is that you broke everything.
Yeah, none of it erases now.
This is why we never let you touch it. The one time I allow you to sit on that side, and Tony and I are like, he can handle it. You break everything.
You and Tony both like press this button. I press it, just nothing. So
happens. the one problem with your plan with the Forge Guard that you were showing that we're charging, those are not Forge Guard. Those are artillery gunner dudes.
Oh, well, that plan's garbage.
Yeah,
none of that works.
they're not going to be bringing hammer pain.
Look, man, I can't see what these models are. Well, then there are less Forge Guard involved.
All right, so right now it looks like so Ragman blasted Braylon with Bone Shaker and is now going to have her attack the Thumper Cannon so that he can score a point at the top.
Oh, dirty. Yeah, I don't know that Jeff has the tools to get the Sea King out murderfied.
Yeah, I think he's just changing.
The mortar still got fire effect. Shooting on the Thumper crew. Hits it, makes a tough roll. It makes tough.
Oof. That's not what you want to see.
Then they're checking the range.
Oh.
The Thumper crew went down to the secondary shot off the artillery crewman.
Was it that, or was it Ragman being there?
No, there's because the artillery just shot and they made the tough roll. Then they measured distance to the crewman, who I believe has a little gun, like range, what? No, not Ragman chick.
No, he doesn't have a gun.
I don't know what they were measuring to.
I don't know either, but he's clearly dead.
We missed out what it was. It's just because I keep thinking about all the stuff in Crucible Guard. So many dudes have guns you never expect to have guns.
I mean, that's just doing it right. All right, so Jeff is in a position to score at the top zone now, so he's going to score at least one.
Yeah. And then it's a matter of if he can take out that Sea King or not.
To score two? I feel like he's got a possibly better chance of destroying the War Wagon to score two.
Problem is, I think Ostrom's got to get involved for that to happen, and that's a really bad idea.
I think the bigger problem is Ostrom doesn't want to get charged by a Sea King.
So I'm going to ask Tony, which button erases Telestration? Is it this one? Is that one? Okay. We're going to pull up some Telestration again here in a second.
Ostrom backs up a little bit.
Yep.
So we have a unit of Forge Guard left.
And in case you're wondering, everybody, this is where Ostrom is right now. This is where Grim is. Jeff pretty much has this zone on lockdown. He might be able to clear this zone if he can deal with the Sea King. I don't think he has the tools to do it.
I don't think that he has anything to throw at the Sea King.
And then again,
he is going to kill the War Wagon.
Yeah, if he can take out the War Wagon down here, he can get this zone, getting him another CP. And then I think he's still contesting. Now, this is the part that's hard for me to see. What is Jeff contesting Jaden's far zone with over here? He's moving the model right now. It's this model right here that he just picked up, and that just ran forever.
Well, that guy just ran out of the zone anyway. It looks like he still has a Rulik Jack in there, though, that's facing the
here it is.
Hooch Hauler.
Here it is. He has a Gun Bunny right here, and he just moved up
another
guy. So that's where he's contesting right now. And that's your quick sort of breakdown of what's happening.
So 2 Rulik Jacks in there, an Idrian.
You can give me the Telestrator, and I can use it for good. I can point things out to people and not just draw weird things. Bro Square talking about it in the Infernals announcement, saying they're not going to be a War Machine or Hordes. They are going to be a War Machine faction. They're just not going to play anything like a War Machine faction.
They do not follow the rules for either game.
They are a War Machine in name alone.
Yep.
They're going to blow your mind and then take it. Yeah, if you want to find out more, you should watch the keynote videos we put up on YouTube from yesterday. YouTube.com/PrivateerPressPrime, where you might be watching this video right now. Infernals are going to make you think completely differently about the way you play this game. And I can tell you that I'm going to buy a metric poop ton of them because I am all in on that faction.
All right, so Jeff scores 1 point for the North Zone.
Yep.
So 3-0 is now our score. Both players running down on time.
Yep. Jeff scoring that top zone, not able to get down the Hooch Hauler, or you just simply contesting Jaden's zone. Aggie says we just gave her more information just now about Infernals.
You actually gave her less information than I gave to most people yesterday after the keynote. So,
what information did you share?
I'm not saying.
Ooh,
you had to come.
Secret information.
You got to be here. That's part of the joy of it. You'll hear it soon enough, but
it's part of the joy of being at Lock and Load.
Exactly.
All the secrets that happen.
Yeah. All of the organic secrets that are spilled.
All of the mistakes we make, and when we realize we said them, it's too late, and we've already said them. The constant shuffle of information that we don't realize that someone else has said.
When I'm being recorded, I'm fully on guard.
Oh, when
I'm just sitting around, not paying attention.
Yeah, you're the source of all our leaks.
Yep, all the time.
Keller Dryer says, "What's your favorite part about Infernals?"
Is it the Infernaling?
My favorite part about Infernals is the aesthetic of the faction and 3 of their 5,000 unique mechanics. 3 in particular, though. Demons.
They're kind of like demons, I suppose.
They're basically demons.
Yeah, they're just different interdimensional beings that happen to, use
Deal in
souls as
souls
construction materials.
And trick people? Demons. All right, looks like the Crystal Bearers were charging. They're trying to punch up on the bunny that's kind of in the way.
Okay, so some attacks happening, trying to take out. Looks like we're attacking
They're attacking one of the bunnies.
Blaster.
Yep.
And
I'm not even trying to tell
every time.
Yeah, missed every time. I'm not even trying to tell which bunny it is. Just a bunny.
All right, here we go. Let's see the devastation.
The War Wagon is going to charge Gorman and make just a metric ton of impact attacks.
Yes.
Now remember the new War Wagon. It can make impact attacks even if it doesn't move 3 inches, and it can make multiple impact attacks.
Gorman, you've made a mistake.
We hear Jeff going, wait, you can make multiples? Yep, that's a post-CID change.
Crunch.
Boom.
Rolling over, fools.
War Wagon keeps going.
This is why you're supposed to get out the way.
Would you say boom and get out the way?
I would.
All right. Yep. And all the way to Gorman. He chooses not to make an impact attack on Gorman and just his boosted charge attack, which hits. It slams Gorman at 2 inches, which does not hit the other Forge Guard.
So close.
He was trying to slam him in there and get double duty on it. And Gorman is murdered straight to hell, where all the Infernals are waiting.
Now we got to unload some guns. War Wagon OP.
Man, that was awesome. War Wagon's finally got to do something really, really cool. I mean, they've been like shooting things,
They've
but they
been
finally got
stuck,
to
yeah.
they've been stuck in.
Now they're stuck for a while.
Now the unjamming has occurred, and they're like, yeah, hey, what up, boys? I'm gonna punch you in your nugget. That's what the Bison say. Bison can talk. Okay, so it looks like the big gun is now shooting because War Wagons can totally do that. By the way, if you've ever played against a War Wagon or played with War Wagon, they're freaking awesome.
They are really good now. I liked them before.
Okay, looks like the AoE shot missed. It's going to deviate as far as it possibly can to the 6.
So just catch the 1 with blast damage.
Looks like that dude turned into a fine red mist.
Pasted.
His last words were wait.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
His life was full of regret. Looks like the spray from the top hit a Forge Guard in the face, but didn't really get anything done. Repo 3 going off, and the War Wagon is in a really good position. Man, that Sea King's going to get some work done this turn.
It's definitely going to score Jaden his first point, I think, because it's going to take out that objective.
I think it's just going to take out everything within range of it.
Maybe. It's going to take some significant resources. Oh, Grim going to take a free strike from a gunner.
All right, so Grim takes the free strike, doesn't take anything from it, walks up.
Only because he's Def 16, unlike every other troll on Earth.
Yeah, he's Grim. Grim don't play. He's going to boost damage on the shot that hits the Forge Guard, cap him directly in the chest, leave a hole the size of a hubcap in his back, point his gun in the air, shoot it twice, and yell, "Yeehaw!"
Oh. Maralen, I guess it's looking grim.
Oh, stop. Stop with the puns. No, the puns in Twitch chat are out of control. There have been several I have not mentioned. Because I do not want to be sued.
I do appreciate the autocorrect of Sea King to speaking.
Speaking gonna score Jeff's zones? Sea King, Punch Party, activate.
So here comes the swing.
Hey, Ayana, remember how you got missed by the gun earlier? You could just cease to be. So Sea King just heals to full off snacking from murdering everything in front of it. Dice +2 on the objective. So 8 points to the objective. He's going to buy another attack on the objective and just does the 15 needed. So Jaden scores himself his first CP of the game now that the objective is gone.
That is poised to score again at the end of his turn because of the zone.
Yeah, man.
So he will go up 2.
Whoa. That can't. Whoa.
Refocus.
Jaden turning this around, man. I mean, what's Jeff going to do?
Jeff is running out of models at this point. Like, he doesn't have a lot of stuff left.
Man, it went from looking like Jaden had no way out to him just clawing his way back out. I'm impressed.
Like we said at the start, Jaden has seen a lot of success with this list, and he's kind of shown why he's been able to claw his way to the top of the Masters.
The puns in Twitch are out of control. I'm not even going to say them because they're so, like, they're not actually offensive. They're not like bad language or anything, but they offend me as a person with your puns. Whoa, look at John. Is John okay? John, it's all right, man. John, there you go. Just thought he was stuck for a second.
You know, he's just resting his eyes, that's all.
Just like, if he had exploded into like a swarm of butterflies, it would have been like, no, John, why?
A swarm of butterflies?
Yeah, like,
all right.
That happens.
Clock gets passed. Jaden will score another one.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Travis's goatee, though? Yeah,
Ostrom got to get some work done now. You got a Sea King in your grill.
Strictly Brent says, remember way back when everyone was counting Jaden out? Hey, man, I was part of that, too. I wasn't counting him out. I was just saying, like, it seemed like there was a good chance it was over.
I think the Pig Lookouts definitely swung it because it stopped a 2-point score. And again, I mean, Jaden just piloting these huge base war wagons and hooch haulers so well, using the repo and their offensive capabilities to kind of do a lot of work without actually ever having to move.
Okay. I see a bunny scooting about a little bit. All right, it looks like Bunny's walking up, making shots, see who's taken out. Okay. 2 KSB down. Looks like the stone is getting shot. Didn't break armor on the stone from it being shot. Jeff confirming that the range on the stone is only 6 inches now that he's lost so many members of the crew.
So, Gunner taking a free strike here.
Well, he might, right?
Well, I mean, he's taking a free strike to walk away.
Here come the Forge Guard charging in on that battle engine.
It's only got 14 boxes left.
Yup. Remember, that's a cloud down there in the bottom corner, so it's not like it slows anything down. It's off 10 on these dice rolls. There's 4 Forge Guard charging in. Off 10.
One of the things I think is so impressive about this game is how tight the clocks have been between the players, despite
left.
the massive difference in their model counts.
5 damage, 7 left.
Count it down.
Off 10.
What, 2 attacks
Off
left?
10, 7 left. Can't. Oh, dice went flying everywhere.
Dice on the floor. Dice on the floor.
So 3, 4 left.
Ooh.
4 left.
And
Last
one attack.
Hits. Needs a 14 on 4 dice.
Yeep. Got this.
Yep.
Easy
dead
game.
On. Exactly 14s.
All right, well, that's one war wagon done.
And that's going to be another point for Jeff at the bottom.
Stranglehold the Sea King. Boost it. Does 1 point, which is enough to get the Stranglehold off.
Yep.
So it'll stop the Sea King from murdering the world.
Well, more particularly murdering Osram.
That would be the world at this point. There's not much left in it. It's largely a smoking crater at this point.
Jeff figuring out where he's going to move Ostrom exactly because there are not many good choices. But the Sea King is, however, strangle-held, and there ain't no way to shake that off. Your options are to just deal.
Stranglehold, for those who may be wondering, causes you to forfeit either your movement or your combat action during your next activation.
Jeff using some proxy models just to figure out, or table markers, I should say.
Is that where he feels like Ostrom is going to wind up here?
No. I think he's figuring out where Ragman's going to end up at. All right. So Ragman actually backed up, it looks like, went to the corner.
Yep.
Make sure he's in the zone.
It's got some Rulik light jacks to figure out here as time starts to tick down.
I have a feeling my prediction this game was going to go to time is becoming true. Okay.
Jeff passes over the turn.
So, looks like no. Jeff scored 1 in the bottom.
Yep.
So Jeff should be at 4.
Jeff is at 4. 4-2.
Okay. Jaden moving his war wagon first. Makes a mount attack on the bunny.
Mm-hmm. On a blaster.
Yep. Hits.
Slams him into the obstruction.
Yeah.
For extra damage.
Okay. Slams him into the, and they're using that whole template as the obstruction. So even though there's grass right there, they're just counting the whole thing. So leaves the gun bunny with 12 left. Puts a spray down, hitting Ragman and Ostrom.
Ragman survives.
Yeah.
Drops the big cannon on the knocked down blaster.
Mm-hmm. Checking out how many health is left on that bunny. Looks like Grim walks up, is going to cast Man Trap. Pal 12 is going to boost damage so he can kill the bunny. Fails. Oh, he didn't boost damage, just straight rolled it.
Well, I don't think you could because that was the Rune Bearer.
Oh, that was the Rune Bear that did it, not Grim. Thanks. Nice catch.
Because Grim's right under the anchor.
There he is. There he do. There he be. Yar.
Yar.
I'm a Rune Bearer. Pirate Rune Bearer. Free strike on the Hearthgut Hooch Holler. Does Jack.
I mean, Pow plus strength 6 bash attacks don't normally do a whole lot.
Whoop, whoop. A little bunny swarm over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Jaden is trying to line up a spray shot. It's a bomb shot.
Okay. Okay.
So
Resolving the big oil bomb, the big oil cask.
So gets one. Obviously, the center target is also completely dead. And then also got the second one. So 2 blast damage rolls, good enough to take out all 3 of them.
Gonna put
spray 10.
The big spray in. Yeah.
And can he get through with the fire damage?
Yeah, that guy was not oiled. Second spray shot, probably going to go at the same Forge Guard if I had to guess.
Can it? Because I think the center of his base isn't towards that last Forge Guard. So we see the Bears taking matters into their own bare hands.
Grim's taking a free strike. And nothing happens.
Grim don't care.
Grim's going to shoot the Forge Guard.
Doesn't matter.
Grim doesn't give a damn. Hits, boost damage. It's dice off 3, needs a 4, and there's a dead Forge Guard.
Poor Forge Guard. Survived a flamethrower to get shot in the face.
Looks like the Sea King just picked up Return Fire from Grim.
So
Grim's just going to camp 3. They're figuring out the run on the KSB.
Trying to get him in the zone so that he can score another point.
Yep. Both players agree that Jaden can run without taking any free strikes and get his KSB into the zone. Woo.
All right.
Jaden getting in there. Sea King is the last model to activate your Jaden.
Sea King going to shoot his gun, or is he going to saunter up? There's not really much to shoot at.
They're checking to see if he can see
final
the bunny.
Gunner.
He's going to shoot at the bunny.
Scuttling
Boost
Swarm.
Boost damage. It's dice off dead bunny.
And where do those vomit crabs go? So the war wagon gets corroded from the vomit crabs.
All right. And goes back to Jeff. So now this should be round, is this 5 or 6?
6?
Yeah, I think this is top of 6 now.
Yeah.
Jaden scores 1. Yep. He gets the bottom zone. His own zone is still contested by Gun Bunny. Top zone, he does not have a unit in. Far zone, I think Ragman is still contesting.
Yep. Ragman.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is top of round 6. Jeff has 4. Jaden has 3. Somebody in Twitch chat is saying that chat went silent, and somebody responded, because everyone's watching the end of the game.
It is getting to that moment.
We're all intensely thinking, who gonna win?
Jeff has so few models left to use.
Ostrom,
Ragman, and Adrian, and then a couple of
bunnies.
Actually, 4. I mean, he's still got a lot of jacks, actually, but none of them are in control. One of them's knocked down. They've all taken a bunch of damage.
You know who's going to win this game? Everyone watching
players?
at home right now. Stock response. Enjoy it. I Googled that one just for you. I'm not paying royalties. Jeff Everett, calm as hell at the 7-minute mark.
I mean, he was pretty calm at the 30-second mark, so to be honest, I feel like he's got all the time in the world.
Jeff Everett, calm as hell at the 6-minute and 37-second mark.
Is this one of those at the tones?
Okay. All right. Looks like the Stone KSB just got killed by, I believe, an Adrian.
It was a gunner.
Was it a gunner or was it that, like.
I thought it was the gunner.
Oh, yeah. I guess that Adrian came out of nowhere.
Unload, boys. So Jeff having to deal with the fact that the Bears have knockdown straight on their melee attacks.
Yep, take a free strike from one, get hit, fall down, lose your activation. Uh-oh. Stranglehold from Osram on the Sea King didn't do damage.
The Sea King's done with this. He's like, it was cute the first 2 times.
Stranglehold
but we're
hits.
done with this now.
Doesn't do damage. The Sea King is free. We hear Jeff just go, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Ostram's going to have a rough time now.
That's right, folks. The Sea King is not stranglehold.
And Ostram is well within
Ostram standing.
The reach of that anchor.
Yup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got bad news for everybody. Which is Jeff going, this is bad. This is real bad.
Ostram's facing down a War Wagon. He's facing down a Sea King.
He's facing down a world of pain at the hand of the Troll Bloods.
All right, well,
Ragman just runs in there.
Getting in there.
YOLO!
I can stop this, right?
Yeah,
right?
I've got this on lock.
I don't think Ragman can be paid enough to just throw himself at a Sea King.
Ragman just charging, screaming, easy game. But as it turned out, it was not. All right. Yep.
All right, so
Jeff passes turn. Nobody scores anything.
See
It's
if
bottom of
Jaden-
6.
we'll see if Jaden goes for a ton of control points or if he just decides to
Man, you beat that dwarf to hell
go
to death
for
with an
Ostrom.
anchor.
I mean, that
Win
would
by
be,
control points when he's standing right there. You go beat that boy to death.
that would be my go-to.
You shove him in your fishy maw and show him what's up.
Make him
Mouthful
part
of
of your
crabs.
scuttling swarm.
You just beat that boy straight to death. What are you waiting for? You got 5 minutes to beat
Add him
that
to
boy
your
straight to
vomit
death.
crab stew.
Man. All right. So all right. The war wagon advances into the ragman.
Ragman thought his death was going to come at the maw of a giant sea
A pair
king,
of
and
bison
instead-
sneak up behind ragman
and crush him to death.
and
Trample him into the mud.
okay. Took a shot for funsies, and now he's going to repo out of the Sea King's way. Sea
All right,
King
so Sea
is
King just
running.
runs to engage Ostrom.
Yes. So not charging, just running. Grim drops a Fury and runs. Running 12. Gets into the circular zone.
So Grim's going to score that north zone,
Yep.
and he has no way to score the south zone.
Runebearer moves to contest both the rectangular and the northern circular zone.
Mm-hmm. So Hooch Hauler spins around, oil bombs the center gunner.
Rolling some damage on some bunnies. You know. Kills a bunny.
Not bad, not bad. Let's keep going, boys. Misses, and
All right, Jaden.
that's the end of the turn. Jaden scores 2.
Okay. Jaden runs one last model, passes turn, scores 2. Jaden goes to 5. Jeff stays at 4. It is the top of the 7th round. This is the final round.
So it all comes down to so there's no way for Jeff to score 2. Grim is sitting on
Jaden's at 5 and Jeff is at 4. Don't worry, we are fixing that on the screen right now, everybody. And look, hey, we're pretty much at clock.
Again, clocks neck and neck on this game. It's just
Do,
so
do I need to
impressive
just
me.
increase the time on death clock
So
to
impressive.
90 minutes per player?
No,
Or do you think they would then use all 90 minutes?
I think they would use all 90 minutes.
Maybe I just decrease it to 30 minutes overall.
Oh,
15 minutes per player?
that would never work.
Or you could fight it out for whoever gets the lion's share of the minutes. I'm going to do that.
All right, Ostrom, what you gonna do?
Cry and die?
I mean, Ostrom unfortunately can't get to the north zone because his stunty little legs won't get him there.
Yeah, I think this is GG here. And that was a good game.
It was.
I don't think Jeff's got a way out.
It was
Not one I see at
very
least.
close and tight game.
He's looking over them. Yeah.
I mean, you got a minute 40 to figure it out. You've only got one model to move, really.
Yeah, man.
I mean, there's a couple of gunners, but what are they going to do?
Never give in, never surrender. Ostrom charges and
Charges
the Sea King.
So crit decap. Does a whole 4 points.
This is Ostrom beating on the Sea King.
just
refusing
to
wail
lay down
on with his corn cob pipe.
Refusing to lay down. One point to the 3.
Yeah,
so
man.
The Sea King feels it. Like, his toe is swollen.
Crit decap.
8 points from the crit decap this time.
Jaden letting Jeff know, hey, man, you got 20 seconds. Jeff going, no. I've got to kill this dude. Tough check on the KSB in the zone. Fails. Boom. And then I think that's game.
And that will be game. So
and it ends. Jaden secures the victory with his sweet Grim 1.
Woo! All of the big things
huge
ever.
base model list.
Yeah.
That list is awesome.
Holy cow.
That list is tricky.
That list has a lot of really good play, man. Like between the repos, all the attacks, all the boxes.
Yeah.
Grimm's bag of tricks, his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a blast to watch. It was really cool to see the interplay between. Yeah, no,
Travis, you come over here now.
Like,
you're on the stream now, buddy. Get down here.
You got right in here. So
everybody,
there you go.
The one of the Infernals of the new faction you've been asking, Travis Mark, Dank Legacy as he's all known. One of our head judges, pretty much the head judge.
Absolutely.
Ready for Iron Gauntlet?
Yeah, let's kick
Nobody can hear what he's saying because he's not mic'd, so this is perfect.
Ready for Iron Gauntlet?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're about to be right back, everybody,
Yep.
with the first round of the Iron Gauntlet. We're going to do 3 rounds tonight, and then the semifinals and finals tomorrow.
Correct. So congratulations to Jaden for an awesome win here at Masters Last Chance Qualifier for Iron Gauntlet. Travis, thank you very much for everything. We will see you guys back here very shortly for the kickoff of Iron Gauntlet, where we will crown the world champion of War Machine and Hordes for the 2017-2018 season.
Bye.